Hey everybody! I know that June has come and gone, but I am back with another Wine O'Clock, this time for my June update. Now, it wouldn't be a Wine O'Clock if we did not have a wine, and it is the thick of the summer. Therefore, it is perfect time to be drinking rosé. I have with me a Quinta da Vigia rosé from the Dão region of Portugal. The Dão region is in the north of Portugal, and it is very well known for the quality of its red wines. This winery is part of the Casa de Selo group. It is not a particularly large or well-known winemaker. They have their operations in two different vineyards in the north of Portugal. But let's get a little bit into what this wine is and what rosé itself is. Now, if you have been watching my channel for a very long time, you might know that I made a video about rosé, but I didn't explain in that video what exactly rosé is. This time I'm going to explain to you a little bit about rosé and a little bit about the grapes that are in this wine. Rosé is a light wine. There's a reason why we associate rosé in many of the same categories as we do white wine. Rosé is fresh and fruity and floral and all of the characteristics that you would come to expect from a white wine. Rosé is also made with the same techniques as other wines. There's nothing specifically special about the winemaking process that gives us our rosés. The difference between rosés and white wines is simply the amount of time that the wine skins have been allowed to impart their color into the liquid. When winemakers are making red wine, it is of the utmost importance that they include the skins for as long as is necessary to impart the color, the flavor, and the other compounds that go into what makes red wine so distinct from white wine. White wine can even be made with the grapes that are used to make red wine. It's a simple matter of taking out those red grape skins. So when we have a rosé like this one, we have a wine that has not had that much contact with the skins and therefore not that much of the properties imparted into it from the skins. However, as is the case with most rosés, this rosé is made with red wine grapes. This specific rosé is a blend of the vineyard's general crops. This is to say that they use a blend of the different grapes that they grow on their vineyard. So this rosé has the very Portuguese Touriga Nacional in it. The Touriga Nacional grape is a grape that imparts body and a fruity floral finish to the grapes. It is one of the most characteristic grapes of Portugal, and it is often blended with other grapes. That is because it has a relatively lower productive yield, meaning that it doesn't grow as much as some other varieties do. This wine also has the gold standard Iberian grape in it. In Spanish and in English, it is known as Tempranillo, and it is the single most commonly planted grape in the Iberian Peninsula. In Portugal, this grape is primarily known as ARAGONEZ, but there are many other names for it across the country, and specifically in the north, they also call it Tinta Roriz. The ARAGONEZ or Tempranillo grape is known for producing wines that have a red berry fruity flavor with a very heavily tannic finish. This means that Tempranillo wines are going to produce that dry sensation in your mouth. If you want to understand the role of tannins in wine, think about your strongly brewed cups of black tea. Those are very high in tannins as well, and you will notice if you drink a strong cup of black tea that it leaves a drying sensation in your mouth. The same thing is happening when you're drinking a high tannin wine. Tempranillo wines are often high tannin. And last but not least, this wine is blended with Tinto Cão. This is a lesser grape variety in that it is not as highly produced because it does not yield very much. It wasn't introduced to the Dão region until later than many of the other established grapes that we come to expect from there. It is a very light, floral variety that is often mixed with Aragonés in order to reduce the tannic effect of those wines. So with that being said, let's give this one a try. As is to be expected, this wine has a very strong red berry kind of a finish to it. You can taste that it's aged in oak barrels, which gives it a sort of sweet vanilla kind of a finish as well in the mouth. But it also has the floral notes that you would expect from these wine varieties as well. Overall, this is a pretty typical wine made from red grape varieties from the Iberian Peninsula. So now that we've had our taste of wine, let's get into what I've been up to in June. Now you might be wondering why it has been so long since I made a video. And I don't have much of an excuse for that except to say that I was entertaining my parents who visited for 3 weeks in the month of June. Understandably, it was a little bit more complicated for me to sit down and record a video while they were here. In the meantime, however, I have been doing research for other videos, and those will be coming out soon. I will be doing the videos that I have promised over and over and over about the evolution of Portuguese in Portugal as well as in Brazil. Those will be coming out in the coming weeks, and I also have another video about why Brazil is spelled with Z in English coming out very soon. I also took advantage in June in order to upgrade some of the things that I had been wanting to do, and just to enjoy a little bit of the beginning of the summer. I don't know if any of you are gamers or you are interested in that sort of a thing, but I got myself a Nintendo Switch, and if there is any kind of a game that you would recommend that I play on it, I am all ears. But that's all I've got for this wine o'clock and my June update. There was really not that much to update on, except for the fact that I had family visiting and therefore did not really put focus on making videos. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you learned something or otherwise found it interesting, give me a thumbs up down below. You might think about subscribing to my channel if you're not already. I make videos about food, culture, and the Portuguese language, which you can find in playlists directly on my channel or in the eye above, and I will see you next time.